cultivation of the first hemp plant dates back over 10,000 years. First discovered in an ancient village in Taiwan, hemp is thought to be one of the first plants ever cultivated by humans. As a result of hemp, humans developed agricultural practices that changed human history. Discovering hemp and cannabis. Considered by many to be the father of Chinese medicine, Emperor Shen Ying first reported use of hemp and cannabis around 2700 BC. Yang authored one of the first medical texts that referenced cannabis. The Pen Sao is still used by practitioners of Chinese medicine today. Agricultural hemp spreading around the world. As the plant's popularity surged in China, cannabis began to flow into India and beyond. The ancient Indian text, the Ayurveda, hemp is listed as a sacred and holy plant. The Romans discovered hemp in many regions they conquered through military campaigns around North Africa, Europe, and Asia Minor. A Greek physician known as Pediceus Dioscorides gathered many plants during Roman invasions in foreign lands. Dioscorides studied them as potential herbal treatments, eventually writing a book known as the Materia Medica. The Materia Medica discussed over 600 different plants and their various effects, listing cannabis as one of the plants that held medical potential. Hemp spread throughout Europe, Arabia, and China for the next 1,000 years, reaching Egypt and much of Africa by the 12th century. Hemp in America. Explorers introduced hemp during the early times of colonial America. American settlers used hemp as a means of creating rope, clothing, and other materials. Hemp was given its scientific name in 1753 by Swedish scientist Linnaeus, dubbed cannabis sativa after common use for treatment of medical conditions in the 1700s. For thousands of years, hemp and cannabis were used as medicines, textiles, and fabric. Big business and propaganda. Negative propaganda surrounding cannabis began to surface in the United States, followed by the Western world throughout the early 1900s. Public opinion of cannabis began to change, with propaganda pieces like Reefer Madness popping up in 1936. The hemp smear campaign was furthered by William Randolph Hearst, a newspaper and timber industry owner who saw hemp as a threat to business. Hearst used articles in his newspapers to influence the dangers of cannabis, many of which were cited and used by Congress in the decision to ban hemp. Harry Anslinger, director of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics from 1930 to 1962, shifted the narrative of cannabis and hemp by calling it marijuana. Anslinger wanted legislation passed to make the plant illegal for all uses, calling cannabis a foreign invader to the United States. Despite a plethora of uses within America for hundreds of years, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 banned both hemp and cannabis from being sold in the United States. The discovery of CBD. CBD was discovered within the hemp plant in the 1940s on accident by Dr. Roger Adams' team at the University of Illinois. Raphael Mechoulam then successfully isolated cannabidiol in 1963, mapping the chemical structure and studying its properties and effects. Dr. Mechoulam is considered the godfather of cannabis, as he also discovered and isolated THC in 1964. The first cannabinoid receptor was discovered in 1988, which first recognized the endocannabinoid system within mammals. Today, enormous amounts of research are being done on CBD, the endocannabinoid system, and the other cannabinoids within cannabis and hemp. Studies indicate hemp CBD has the potential to radically alter the way we view human health and treat disease.